welcome to the Powerslide podcast. It's an emergency podcast because we've had new rules come out. I'm Dimitris, and today I'm joined by Matt.
Hello.
A round of applause for Matt for making it here again.
Thank
Best
you.
round of applause ever. Silver
Hello.
and Hugo.
Hello.
Right. So let's skip everything that's happened. No one cares about Sweden.
We'll ignore there was no review of that.
The Estonians were sick, and then it would be too late. It's fine. So, new rules. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, but that's another thing. The World Motorsport Council concluded, and they came out with some changes on the WRC for 2025 and beyond. We had changes on the promotion side, on the sporting regulations, which means rallies, like the format of the rallies, and also on the technical side, which means cars, etc., etc. We're going to start with the promotion side, which is the least, well, what can I say, impactful, interesting, boring. Yes.
Well, it's the most boring, not the least boring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the most boring for sure. Things are boring when a new promoter is announced, and there's some significantly more interesting facts down there. So there will be a new promoter that will work closely with the FIA to unlock the WRC's full potential, and I think Pernilla Solberg was announced in that role.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Let me check the dirty fish.
Solberg will have to load the dishwasher during rallies soon.
No.
For those that did not understand that reference, please watch the Solberg documentary on the Discover channel. Pernilla Solberg will play a key part in WRC's future as she's appointed to a new FIA role as a commission president. So it's time to put. So you could make a joke in like 2 or 3 years if these regs don't work. It's time to put Solberg out of commission. But so yeah, there will be a new promoter. We can't really speculate on anything, but this year's content on YouTube and social media have been a step forward. So let's see what happens moving forward. And now let's continue on the sporting regulations. I made a post on the Powerslide blog where after the Sardinia itinerary was announced, where I speculated on what would happen for 2025 and beyond. It turns out I was completely correct. The sprint rallies and the endurance rallies will be a feature for the 2025 calendar, which means that we will have some rallies that have the 48-hour format, like Sardinia this year. We're going to have the normal rallies we usually have that are around 300 kilometers. It's the usual rally. I don't have to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also have some endurance rallies, which get to be over 350 kilometers, go to different areas, etc., 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 which I find like it's a great. What can I say? How can I say it? It's a great
idea.
Yeah, well, not I. Thank you, Zener.
Sorry.
It's a great like
Till I cut
trade-off.
it out.
I won't.
Trade-off, because we also get the longer rallies. We also get the sprint rallies. Like sprint rallies are not ideal, but now that we get the endurance rallies, woo, spicy, you know. So we could have like a safari that's 400 kilometers. We could have a proper Monty that goes to both. Like it starts from Monte Carlo, it goes up to Gap, maybe touches a bit of Valence, and then back down to Monte. Brilliant. And we can also have sprint events for the lesser rallies, for example, Estonia.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say.
Acropolis could be a great candidate for that one.
For the sprint rally.
Yes.
You do realize Acropolis is already built like an endurance rally where we start from Athens, go blah 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 around the Greece, and then go up to Lamia, you know, and then down again all the time.
Yes.
And also there will be less people traveling to the rallies, as well as the motorhomes being banned, and one of the best changes for me, the reintroduction, I should say, of the remote services. So it gives the organizers a lot more freedom to play with.
Yes, it does. And also it means that M Sport is now finally shielded from the elements.
Easy. Are they?
Well,
Why?
yeah, because
Yeah.
previously they were intense, and now everyone is given a structure to be in.
So what do you make of the new calendar, like the new rallying format? Are you for it? Are you against it? Are you Estonian? Are you Australian? What's the deal?
I'm not fully sure on the sprint rallies. I need to see one in effect before I say anything more about that.
Yeah.
Ardegnar.
That just becomes a sprint rally because half the stages get cancelled.
Fairs? Question mark.
But yeah, I'm not sure about those. The endurance stuff seems great. Longer Safari would be very cool. Longer Monty would be very cool. So, yeah, I want to see the sprint rallies. The rest, yes.
We say Safari actually, but it's February 29th. Oh yeah, it's a leap year. I forgot. February
Yes, it is.
29th.
That is today.
It is, yes. So happy birthday to everyone that celebrated it once in 4 years. But it's
Some
February
old man has just turned 18.
older than Zeno. And
Well, 20.
whatever. And we have the Safari Rally Guide 2 is still not out, and it's less than a month to the actual rally. And the itinerary is still the same compared to last year. So maybe we say goodbye to Safari in a few years. Maybe they won't get to run the endurance layout, but whatever. Matt, what do you make of the new calendar?
I like it. If you pick the right rallies for the endurance and sprint ones, I think that could work quite well.
Yep, I think so too.
Particularly like you've mentioned, Safari and Monty as an endurance one would be better, and maybe something like Estonia would work as a sprint.
Why are you like this?
Estonia would work as a sprint, unironically. Like I'm not being,
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I
No,
mean it.
no.
Okay,
No.
after this pod, I will make an itinerary.
How would a fast gravel rally work as a sprint? It's just even shorter.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
It means
no.
it means we have to watch it for less time.
It does not.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up, haters. You'll like it. You'll like it after you come here. So shut up.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a threat.
You'll learn to like it.
It is.
It
And
is.
now
Yeah.
let's get to the spicy stuff. We've already lost Maurits now that I mentioned spice. We will talk about the technical side of the regulations. So the current Rally 1 car will continue for 2025 and 2026, but with modifications to reduce cost and performance, which means the plug-in hybrid is gone. Goodbye, plug-in hybrid. You came in 10 years too late and you were 10 times more expensive
I
than
wanted to
needed.
say something, but it's probably not a good thing to say.
That Tiffany Dale
Was
called
it
them.
so long?
No,
farewell,
not
we
that.
don't
No,
love you?
not. I wanted to say rest in piss, but all right.
Well, you've said it now.
Won't
Well,
be
you said-
won't be missed. I'd say hybrid won't be missed.
I think it was a good idea, but it came too late and at the wrong
Yeah.
time.
And way too expensive for
And it was
the place
it
the
was
sport
also
is in.
just it was implemented completely wrong as well.
And the
If
rally ones will
the
become
manu-
lighter.
Mm.
Sorry, Matt.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah, the manufacturers had no real want for it because they couldn't develop it. It was just sort of something they were stuck with.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they were carrying a box that at will could stop working out of no
Well,
fault of their own.
But the problem was, if they made them make their own hybrid,
It would be even more expensive.
higher.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also in that case, it was a technical element basically out of their control that could go wrong.
So basically, the hybrid era of the WRC lasted 3 years.
Hmm.
We've had more things last 3 years. What's lasted more than 3 years? HRT lasted longer. Seat lasted longer.
Pierre-Louis Loubet lasted longer.
Hell yeah, he did. Partially, but yeah.
Volkswagen did.
Volkswagen.
Well, they were
was
winning.
successful as
You'd
well.
think they
Yeah.
would last. Citroen did
Mm.
last longer than 3 years.
Yeah, Citroen lasted what, like a decade and a half?
Yeah.
I was more thinking about the C3, but the only way you could say it lasted more than 3 years was if you count the Sardinia Pirelli test.
Anyway, next, after the hybridless Rally 1s, we go to the next step of the technical regulations, and I will be more thorough about that. The Rally 2 cars will continue in their current form for the duration of their homologation as the basis for national and international series. That's good for me because Rally 2s are a very successful car class. And if they made Rally 2s Rally 1s, as many, well, mostly boomers and unintellectual people suggested,
John
that
Ingram.
would ruin. Not John Ingram, many annoying people in our comments that I
John
muted.
Ingram.
No,
John
John
Ingram.
Ingram doesn't go in our comments. We're not.
Oh, he has. He has gone.
You know, not anymore
No.
because I blocked him. So yeah, that's good. However, Rally 2 cars competing on WRC events from 2025 and beyond will have an option to run with a WRC kit consisting of a larger restrictor, a larger exhaust, an optional paddle shift gearbox, and a rear wing, with the objective of reducing the performance gap between Rally 1 and Rally 2 cars.
Are you just reading off of your article?
Which is also copied off of something else.
Is that like a slight burn?
A bit. Anyway.
Well, I couldn't write something that
that's-
quick. It is. I literally say this is what was announced. I don't.
Have
say
you
it's
ever copied homework before?
Me no.
You changed it a little bit.
I didn't change it at all.
Yeah, I know.
So what I wanted to say, my hot take is that the Rally 2 WRC kit car. Please fucking change that name. I can't take it anymore. We already have the Rally 2s, we have the R5s, and we have the Rally 2 kits. Now you add Rally 2 kit WRC. Fuck off.
Yeah, we'll just complete the infinity gauntlet of Skoda Fabias, basically. Skoda Fabia RS WRC kit Rally 2.
No, that's the problem. I think this class will be stillborn. Like we won't see one or two. Like we'll see one or two, but that's it. And I'll tell you why. The manufacturers have to make that kit. Many of the manufacturers in Rally 2 at the moment basically made the car and said to privateers, you do as you wish. I do not give a hoot. That's what you're getting. Now you're telling them you have to spend money making a new kit. Making a new kit. Many of them will just not be interested. For example, Volkswagen, no chance.
And who exactly?
Skoda will be though.
But who exactly is this? Who exactly are these kit cars for?
Exactly.
Because drivers currently not in in the top class of WRC do WRC2 or whatever else. What is the point of them going to drive a souped up Rally 2 in the top class, which will probably never be as fast as a Rally 1 anyway?
It reminds me a bit of the WRC trophy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be closer, but I don't think it's ever gonna be as fast. So what's the point?
My thought was Skoda would like it because it's basically a small kit transform the car that they can then potentially go for outright wins. Which for Skoda would
not
be
happening
big for marketing.
Not happening. Two issues. One, I don't think a Rally 2 kit car will ever be as fast as a Rally 1. Problem two, who exactly is going to drive it to a win?
Yep, that's true.
No, you see, Oliver Solberg will
No.
drive
No.
one to prove the haters
His
wrong.
only good rally is a snow rally, and he tends to DNF often.
I think we'll see someone like Prokop maybe do one in Sardinia.
Yeah, maybe, but it's
But still, yeah.
yeah, it's not serious, you know. It's probably gonna be for like gentleman driver, privateers who will be driving in 45th and saying ja 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 ja.
Yeah, basically, I'm sorry to say, like the Mauro Mieles and the Armin Kremers of this world. However, and that's if any manufacturer makes this.
Yeah.
Because we also have to consider what cars the manufacturer makes it compatible with. Because Skoda, I'd assume, if they make one, which is a big if, they'll make it only for the RS Rally 2. So the R5 and R5F is just gone.
Yeah.
Citroen would probably not even make it.
Probably not.
Because the Stellantis might go Lancia già fa rápido. What else do we have? Hyundai. That's the thing. Why?
What's
would
the
Hyundai
why would a manufacturer build it at all? Like, what's the market?
Well,
If
the-
there's
Ford
like
would make one.
if there's like
The-
three
the thing you're-
drivers that would do it, what's the point?
The thing you're
Ford would make
forgetting
one.
with Hyundai is that they've already got the Rally 1s, so there's no point in them doing the kit.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
I'd say Ford will make
Same-
one because
same.
Ford just will get
They like
everything.
making
Well,
everything.
M Sport M Sport just wants to sell everything.
Yeah.
So they'll,
Yes.
They'll
make one.
probably say, yes, we have our kit if you buy it.
We have two kits.
No, they will not build a kit. They will only build a kit if someone buys it.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
Could you imagine someone like Yates buying a Rally 2
No.
kit WRC and racing it in the BRC? Wow, with an S2000 Millington engine. Wow.
In other news, what I also wanted to say about this, we will get to this on the next point, but a bit of a spoiler. The next point says that tuners are also allowed to build a sort of car that we'll talk about. This is not the case with the Rally 2 kit,
Yes.
which is a bit of a question mark for me, because the only way I see this would make any kind of sense if tuners would be able to build a kit for an existing Rally 2 and just, you know, soup up a car and then take it, yes, we will drive in WRC.
But then the problem is they become sort of like protos, and
Yeah.
we don't want that because like you would have, say you have a Fiesta R5.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what you have.
No.
And then you have the Fiesta N5, the Fiesta Proto,
Well-
the Fiesta Fuck Me Sideways.
Well,
the
yeah, but
Fiesta
that's
G4.
that's different though.
No, but if there needs to be one. I would be I would like if there was a universal kit, like someone like Orica made it, that you can buff up your Rally 2 like that, pimp your Rally 2 like that. But I think that would also end up like the Rally 2 kits where it's there but no one cares.
No.
So yeah, if you're watching this and you want to buff up your Rally 2 to a Rally 1,
Right to
well,
us.
you might want to wait because we have the third part of the technical regulations.
Yes.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Of course I did.
Comunicado oficial.
Obrigado.
Obrigado, Powerslide.
From 2026, there will be revised Rally 1 technical regulations for the WRC's top level category that will be introduced based on the current Rally 1 concept. These regulations will run alongside the current Rally 1 regulations for the 2026 season. These new rules will use a common safety cell to reduce cost and complexity and allow manufacturers and tuners to develop cars with their own bodywork based on production models including B-Class, C-Class, compact SUV, or concept car. The power output will be targeted at 330 horsepower, with the engine performance controlled by whatever. Engine and transmission will be cost capped at technology limited to Rally 2 equivalents. The cost per car will be capped at 400,000 euros, and WRC manufacturers will be required to make their cars available for sale directly from the finished park firm of a WRC event. And the last thing that they mention is that make an electric category at some point, which will not be the main one. Do not do not be alarmed. We will not see
World
EVWC
Rallycross
for a long
Project E vibes.
Yeah, and also these revised Rally ones will be allowed for tuners as well. So you could have someone like Pro Drive or who else makes cars these days?
Apt.
Apt, yes. Go out and say, "Aha! This is definite. I cannot believe this is not an Audi."
Yes, welcome to the Apt B5.
And Pro Drive just go, "I cannot believe this is not a Cupra."
This is the
Could also do
Cupra.
it. I cannot believe this is not a Ford.
I cannot believe it's not a Mustang.
Oh no!
Maki.
Oh no! A Maki Rally 1.
Oh,
no.
I can't believe it's not an A110.
That would be class, to be honest.
It would.
Oh, an Alpine.
Yes,
Oh, that'd be sick.
that
Yes.
would be class.
And imagine if it was RGD as well. Sorry, that's too much.
Well,
So
It already
For
is.
yeah, I know, but anyway, I am perplexed at this. Because the thing I am, first of all, I choose to believe that the WRC manufacturers will be required to make their cars available for sale directly from the Finnish Park Firma. It's not going to be an auction like Storage Wars,
no.
where you just have Bertelli and Serderidis buying every car and Al Qasimi making a comeback on the last moment to steal it. I choose to believe that it means that the manufacturers will be obligated to sell a few of them to privateers.
Well, it's basically that they have to. They would be obligated to sell it for 400k at the Finnish Park Firma if someone had a legitimate, legitimate want to buy it right there.
My next point is 400k is
Far less than the current cars cost.
well, far less than the current cars,
Yeah,
but a lot closer to the Rally 2s. Rally 2s
Yes.
are 300k, and you're not getting everything for 300k. You just get car.
Well, yeah, but also that cost has risen a lot in the past years as well.
Yeah,
Basically
that's what I'm
doubled.
saying. I buy 226. Oh my. Oh god, 2026. I'm really sorry. By 2026.
Medieval.
Yeah, Byzantium time. Rally Seljuk Turks.
Oh lord.
When rallying the troops meant something else back then. In 2026, 400,000 is probably what the Rally 2 is about to cost. I don't think that's feasible because many of the manufacturers will be selling them at a loss. And, well, what you could do is, right, the car is 400,000, here you go. Suspension is 15,000.
Here, Shell.
Yes. Because you can imagine also that after a rally, the mechanics have to strip down the car, make some changes, and put it back on again. How will they do that if they have to sell 50 cars?
Well, they won't have to sell 50 cars. It's like
Even if they have to sell
the
15.
cars you used at the rally would technically
silly.
be for sale at the Park Firma.
Okay, I choose to believe that line does not exist.
Well, I don't think it will ever come into practice, so yeah.
Could you imagine John Ingram like, "Oi,
I mean, to be fair, if
bring me your car"?
if you can just go out and buy a Rally 1 at the Finnish ramp for 400k and a Rally 2 costs 300k, what's the point in Rally 2 at that point?
What if?
Go buy a privateer Rally 1. Ja.
No, what if Malcolm Wilson just pops in with a? Well, they don't have that money actually.
No.
Never mind.
No, they don't.
What if Cyril Abitable, that is quite the prankster, walks up to Jari Matti Latvala and just buys his car?
I'll have your entire stock. And then just
all of them, so they have to build new cars.
I mean that was a
This is how
theory.
we'll win. We will buy all their cars, so they have none.
Yeah, that was a theory that also got sprung out in another community I'm in, but also that would be entirely impractical to anyone.
Well, yeah, they
Because
just copy it, right?
1.2 million every finish ramp just so they have to build new cars.
So what? After we've mentioned all the new rules,
Mm-hmm.
what happened?
What?
We will have 3 different car classes that count as the premier class for 2026
Yep.
onwards.
And 4 once they figure out electric thing.
Well, electric ones are not going to be Rally 1 performance. That's just
Well, yeah, they want to have it equal-ish.
okay. And I want to
comes
date
Hayden
Margot
Paddon.
Robbie. Matt, what if Padden comes back and he's a garagista and it's just Hyundai New Zealand with a Kona Rally 1?
To be fair,
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't care.
because it would have to use the common
if it's
safety.
a new Kona,
No, it would have to use the common safety cell, I'd assume, which would mean his car is a bit useless.
Okay,
that.
Matt, what if Lucaneer?
No.
Oh God, where is this going?
Brabham BT62.
Do the right. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to
He
bed.
has that much money. His Rally 2 is currently for sale, so I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he's selling it to finance his Brabham BT62 WRC career. You never know, Matt.
He'd be more likely to be financing a fucking Puma.
oh god.
A road Puma.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Does that mean for next season we're gonna get more people driving regardless? I'm not sure.
Potentially.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
not sure.
I'm not sure.
Because we still have 3 manufacturers. 2 of them are not willing to sell. Ford is willing to sell but cannot run.
That might be what the thing on selling at the finish ramp is about. That
Yeah,
to
that's
force Toyota
Yep.
and Hyundai to sell their car.
yeah. Because
Or like-
Toyota do run a 4th car for some people, like the Bertelsers. But do you know how much that is per rally?
A lot.
A lot.
An obscene amount.
I think it was 300k per rally, which is
Yeah.
basically a rally too.
Yes.
And also, what's like intriguing to me, they say in the start of the regulations that Rally 2 cars will continue in their current form for the duration of their homologation as the basis of national and international series. What if we get to the point, because from what I'm assuming, if they want to be selling every car, they're bringing Rally 2 WRC kits, etc., etc. At what point does the Rally 2 become devalued and you can allow WRC cars in the national series? Because if we have, like, I don't know, 20 entries, which is not feasible with 3 manufacturers, I'll have you know. At what point do you allow them in ERC, for example? At what point do you allow them in... at what point, just, for example, the Italian, just go, have. And you have Gino WRC Vesel running his own team with Andrea Damo as a team principal, with his strippers, hookers, and blackjack. And it's definitely not an Alfa Romeo.
I can't believe it's not an Alfa Romeo.
It's a Beta Romeo, yes. How did you know? Yeah, that's the
I can't
thing.
believe it's not a Lancia.
Stellantis just ban.
I can't
And-
believe it's not a Ferrari.
It's a Ferrari. It's a shitbox. And
You
also,
have been sent a letter of... Oh, what are they called? Whatever.
Cease and
Joke's
desist.
ruined. Yeah, that one.
also, on the tuners part, I just want to say, I really hope we don't get to the point where we just see what Rallycross is now, where we have no manufacturers and this is a... What cars do they even have there?
They're
anymore?
going. It's a whole thing because they were using the electric cars, which basically could be built by anybody, I think.
They
Then
killed the series
they
doing that.
burnt down and nearly killed the series, and then they went to RX2 cars for a bit to finish the season, and now they're going back to the ICE top class cars.
It's a mixed class, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Combined the electric cars and the old RX1s.
Yeah, old RX1 and new RX1E mixed.
Basically, what I'm alluding to is I hope we don't have generic-looking cars replacing the manufacturers at in a few years' time, because that would be quite annoying. Well, first of all, for rallying, because rallying has always been manufacturer-related. We have always had manufacturers. But like having someone just go to EA WRC and make their own car, 3D print it, and say, "Aha, car, DNF 57 rounds," and say, "Oh well, poo-poo." It's just not. It makes the series. What I really want for the series is to be mostly manufacturer based, with some help from privateers, not mostly privateer based with help from manufacturers, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is the top level of rallying. We need manufacturers. We don't need people just making something out of their garage and making themselves look foolish.
Sheffield F1 team.
Yes. We don't need live F1 teams with W12 engines.
Yes, we don't.
I'm seeing comparisons to where WEC was a few years ago.
For sure. I said it in the article as well that the new Rally 2 Plus and Hybridless Rally 1 reminds me of the LMH and LMDH system. But obviously it's different circumstances. Because you also had IMSA.
I think they're looking at that, and that's sort of the idea has come through. We could run two different things and try and equalize them.
To me, what it sounds like is for 2026, the WRC is like, right, we have three options. Let's see which works better and then work with it for 2027 or 2028 and beyond.
Could be, but also if they're trying to learn stuff by having multiple sets of regs out, I don't think they'll learn much, because I honestly don't see a lot of people using the chances to drive the other regs.
And also, what if that devil's threesome, let's say, works? Do they just keep all three?
Well, they could, but I don't see it working.
And what happens? What happens if they're all successful and you decide to bean one? What happens? Where can you run that? The Rally 2 Plus, for example. Well, I'd assume you
ARA.
back to a Rally 2. No, don't mention that.
Well, that's basically the only place you could run it. Well, you could run it in other kinds of national series, but you'll just be in the overall class.
You probably But what's the point then? You just become Georg Groys.
Yes.
Who would want to be Georg Groys?
Georg Groys, bro. What is that? Yeah.
Hey, I'd be loaded.
You'd also be bald.
Small price to pay, I'd say.
Feeling that way anyway.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some.
Small price to pay to own a Fiesta WRC, I'd say.
Basically, you'd be your dad with a full Fiesta WRC.
Sounds good.
I see no issue. And I'd have more money.
And a helicopter.
I see no issue. Yeah.
George the helicopter guy.
Could even have a fourth sauna.
Listen here, never mind helicopter.
And also, I also mentioned it in the article that the Rally 2 Plus solution reminds me a bit of the RRC cars we had in the 2011 and whatever seasons, where you could get a Ford Fiesta S2000. No, you could get a Ford Fiesta WRC and tune it down to S2000 with a 1.6 turbo engine to match the performance of the S2000 and use it in regional rallies or for WRC2 or SWRC as it's called.
Yes.
I don't know.
Basically, we will have to see it in action. It's kind of hard to speculate because we literally don't know what anyone's ambitions are on these. Because if there's anyone actually with interest in these classes already, then sure, might be a good move. But we don't really know if anyone's actually interested.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think by summer we will know.
Yeah,
because the regulations are not finalized, by the way. They'll be finalized in June. So yeah, we could see some changes beyond that, but that's just basically what the concept is. yeah,
That's about it.
what can we wrap this up with? Are you looking forward to the Deadfish Subaru America World Rallying Team in 2026 with
No,
Oliver
really, no.
Solberg?
Well, I'd like
Very
to see a
Solberg.
Subaru in the WRC, but
Yeah,
No.
but
No,
you'd-
Oliver
you'd-
Solberg, Travis Pastrana.
and Brandon Semenuk.
hey,
Yeah.
if it's a Subaru, I might have to swallow that pill to have a Subaru in the WRC.
No, because I'd assume that you'd prefer Toyota to have bring Subaru back in the WRC.
No.
You'd like the Yanks.
No, Toyota will not bring back Subaru. That's not happening.
Okay, I would like Citroen back.
Yes.
I would
Mm.
like.
I'd like a Peugeot 208 WRC, if I'm honest.
I'd
Yeah.
prefer a Citroen because I am a Citroen fan.
The issue is Citroen basically only makes crossovers now.
Yeah.
Peugeot
Would
still
we
makes small
see-
hatchbacks, so that's...
But they are saying that you can make one with
Yeah, you can, but it's a crossover.
Yeah.
a B class,
Would you
a C
like-
class,
I
a compact SUV. Or
A
concept
208 seems much better than a Citroen crossover.
Yeah. Would you like an EC3?
Yeah, I would not.
car. I'm dead
Hmm.
inside.
So yeah.
This is coming from a person who drives a Citroen every day.
I also drive a Citroen in my dreams every day.
Hmm.
So, and I also have a Citroen in my mom's Citroen C1.
Mhm.
Uh,
Right?
Why is it in it?
Because it's so spacious.
exactly.
This is
Right. Do we have anything else of note to
Matt,
say?
You can do the what's the word that
Outro.
starts with? No, not the outro. Like the
Honors?
resume of the entire.
He's not been
regulation.
listening enough.
what is going on?
Well, basically, so we've got new rules. And yeah,
Right.
Jesus,
yeah,
that's worse
new
than Xender's
cars, three
intro that one
classes.
time.
Hell yeah.
And on that
No one
bombshell,
knows if it'll work.
And-
That's basically what we've arrived at.
Yeah,
It's
and
how
on
do you
that
sum
bomb,
it up? No,
And on
we
that
don't
bomb-
know.
and on that bombshell, with the uncertainty of tomorrow, we will end this pod.
we will.
Thank you if you enjoyed. Not thank you if you enjoyed. Thank you if you watched or listened to the Powerslide podcast and you enjoyed this discussion between four stupids talking about the new regulations that they clearly have no idea about.
Mm.
And yeah, we'll catch
Yeah, 'cause
you on the Safari preview.
not much
Yeah,
to go
sorry,
on.
Matt? Well, there is much to
Yeah.
go on. It's better than nothing. They didn't just go, abstract, and just left it at that.
Regulations. Thoughts?
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.